that first of all, it's a natural open system. So as soon as you've got a system that's big enough to support a large enough number of animals, then your natural systems will take care of itself. Otherwise, these animals wouldn't have been able to survive for hundreds of thousands and for millions of years. Because then it's not the first time this has happened with the lion population. So certainly there are going to be a lot of offspring genetically related to the mapocos, which in some ways is a very good thing because they're very big, strong, healthy lions. But then at some other stage, new males will come in again. In other words, once the mapocos get pushed out, whenever that might be, 2, 3 years, 5 years, 6 years maybe, because they're quite big, the males that will come in will come from somewhere else, and they will then mate with the offspring of the mapocos. So let's say the mapocos stay dominant longer than average even. I mean, it's typically 2, 3 years. Let's say they stay dominant for 5 years. That still means that they're only going to have some of their own daughters getting ready for mating towards the very end of their dominance. So there's a small chance that they might mate with their own daughters. It's unlikely. It's much more likely that by that time other males will have come in. Also, males from their pride, in other words, mapoco offspring male cubs, they will move out and go into other areas again. So your natural movement, or your natural, almost, I was going to say, what's the word? Like their natural drive, their natural instinct is to move away from males and for females to stay around other males to come in. So there will be a genetic mix in a good enough way for them to survive. Also keep in mind that even though inbreeding is a terrible thing, but we as humans, as a species, incredibly inbreed, more so than lion populations probably still. So it has to be to quite an extreme level before there'll really be inbreeding problems. And in terms of genetic weakening, again, if they stayed here like this for now and no other lions came in, genetically they would weaken. But because other lions will come in at some stage, the more mapocos we have running around out there genetically, the better, I think.
Yeah, I believe, and more info about that, because mapocos is six male altogether. I think it will be now that time to split up, Peter. I mean, each and every male or 2 males have joined together to stay with maybe with Sticks Pride or they hang around here with Kuhuma or stay down south. The more they split is the chances for the other male to come and push them over or kill them, push them over, and they take over from the dominant sheep. That can happen at any time, because being 6 altogether, they also need to be independent, because it could be like 2, 3 males that are mating that are a lot more stronger, but it can happen because they got a big area to split themselves and go with the different females, stay there being 2, or other ones stay down south, or the other one they come down more towards north, the area where we are. And that is a chance for them that they created for the other male to come and push them out, or really fight with them. If it happens, kill them, they'll take over on that part of the females, that they can really mate with the other males. Then the genetic itself, it will always, like rolling, you see.
Well, so I'm just thinking, maybe I should be talking about this now. I was just thinking that the mapocos is such a large central story. I mean, it's something that's been captivating to everyone, all of us, since we saw them the first time. I've been totally just mesmerized by these lions. Some of us in a positive way, some of us maybe more in a slightly love-hate relationship way. But which will try and answer maybe one question about the mapocos. Maybe those of you that are very into leopard, we all have our certain things that we have a special feeling for, leopard, elephant, whatever they might be, and we'll try and maybe touch on one question on mapocos, one on Karula, and so on, just to slowly build up a little bit of a discussion about some of these characters. I mean, as much as Mark and myself and Rex and our characters, the mapocos and Karula, I think are probably more popular. So we'll use this time also to talk about them a little bit. Last sort of question, if you can call it a question, it's just generally about Rex and myself, and we have answered these in varieties of ways over time on drives. But it's a question that still comes through from various people over time, so we thought we'll mention it tonight. It's basically just our guiding background. How did we get into guiding, specifically from a career point of view, but also more just in general? In other words, why are we sitting around a fire, waving away the smoke sometimes, and why do we enjoy sitting in a buffalo herd, even if you're covered in flies? And it's a magic moment for us. So just a little bit of background, Rexon. I know bits and pieces, but it'd be interesting just to get a sort of a summary. How did you end up sitting here?
Yeah, really, this is very interesting, I mean, for our audience. It's amazing how I ended be here. You know, I grow up in these surroundings, in rural areas where my father or my parents, both of them, even my grandfathers, they were farmers. You know, for myself to track and know all these skills, it started from goats, you know, taking head of goats. Certainly because of the boys, you know, very inquisitive on playing footballs and so on, you eventually lose the head of goats. So you have to track it wherever they be, you know. And you know that.
Otherwise, you have to eat that plant when you get back.
Yes, you know, if you don't bring the head of goat back home, you know, you won't get food. You can't have even a shelter to go and sleep for the night. You have to go out and sleep to the bush. If it's winter like this, it's cold. It was a punishment by that time. They won't sponsor you. They won't do anything. So it's how actually I ended knowing much about trekking. After that, when I grow up, I have a promotion to go and look after the head of the cattle. It
But you
happens.
start with goats, huh?
Start with
And then-
goats,
and so
yeah.
You don't start cattle when you're young.
No. Start from the goat, you know, and you know how to milk, you know, because goat is so easy. You can hold it and milk it so easy. When you grow up, they'll put you on a level that know that if you like from 12 to 10 to 12 years, 15 years, you will be capable to take care of cattle, because you can able to milk. Some of the cattle are not relaxed. You have to make your own plan. How can you really milk them, you know, and you have to teach them. They're used to you. All of that is how actually I learned all my skills. And I started working down from south. I mean, Londolozi is where I've been trained.
But basic direction, so you go from goats to cattle,
To
and then
cattle,
from cattle,
yes.
then you can start tracking
You
lions.
can train
elephants, and
lions,
and-
buffalo, and so on. And after that, between, the age of taking cattle, because you have to be in groups with warriors. What you do, you group all together with boys the same age. You start to hunt for your own survival. Because once you live at home, they will never ever give you food. You have to survive out in the world and come back home. You must make sure you really take care of yourself, because your parents won't really give you that much. You know, you have to stay strong, and the way is how they train boys from the community level. So, yeah, you track lion. If it happens sometimes, Peter, if you taking care of goat, certain lion comes or lion or leopard kill one of cows or so on like that. What you do, you have to make sure you set up your own trap. To kill that. If not, you have to have spear by that time. I think that is a lot more strong. So after that, yes, women around the don't have, you must